Mic check, mic check. Test, test. Test.
We could use the respite, I suppose.
Hey, what's going on? It's Inventor here, continuing my Blizzard Sorcerer on Diablo 4, Season 9. I essentially cheesed the game with floaty bauble teleport so that it would take me around. Here it is. So, cheesed the game with floaty bauble teleporting me around and then cleared Pit 10. But now I'm going to go from Torment 1 to Torment 4. In short, my plan for Torment will go something like this. First, I'd prioritize XP and Heraldric powers. Now, I'm already Paragon 164, so I'm already sitting on about 190 plus Paragon points. But to make things a little more interesting, because not everyone who reaches Torment 1 will have the same number of Paragon points I do, aside from the initial 29 when you reach Paragon level 1, right? Assuming that you've done all your Renown rewards. So, for each Torment tier that I clear, I'm actually going to try to use about 50, like the number of Paragon points I'd have at, let's say, like Paragon 50, Paragon 100, and then Paragon 150. Something like that, just to make things a little more even, because I know there's some people who might think, oh, yeah, of course it'll be easy for you to get through everything because you're Paragon level 164, right? So This is my way of trying to even or balance things out. So, yeah, my first priority is XP and heraldic powers. I'll be getting XP as I do various activities throughout the game anyway, whether it be Hell Tides or Infernal Hordes. Obviously, Pit is where I'd get the most XP this season. It used to be the Forgotten Wisdom Nightmare Sigils, but those got nerfed pretty hard, so not really worth me running them anymore, which is a bit of a shame, but that's how it is. So Pit also would level my glyphs, but that's for later. I also have these heraldic powers, right? I could go and unlock the other powers that I don't have, but for the most part, I already have every power that I could ever want on this character. I'm probably in the end game going to run something like Fractured Core. Well, I'm already running them. So Fractured Core to disable DR, execute. That one speaks for itself. Monsters go less than 20% health, they just instantly die. And right now I'm using Vulnerable, but I can switch it up and use plenty of other things like Invigorating Helix, for example, or there used to be a Siphoning Gizmo, which would cause my dot damage to be dealt like instantly. That was a power that I was really looking forward to this season, but it doesn't look like that's available anymore. They removed that from the game. So, unfortunately, we're just left using everything else that's available on the season, which does include still like Floaty Bobble. I could have fun with that. Or even just plain movement speed. Either or any of these are fine. So, I'll talk more about the build later. Oh, and Sapping Crux does apply vulnerable for 8 seconds. That's helpful for now, but later I'm going to want to switch Fireball for Frozen Orb. And then that way I get like more damage with one of the boards that I plan to use. And that would help apply vulnerable on my behalf instead of having to rely on the Roderick powers for it. So, like I said, plan for Torment, XP and Roderick powers first. Then, second would be dealing with my aspects, tempering recipes, and ancestral gear. I already have pretty solid tempering recipes as it is, with plain damage, but I would like to get more things tied to like ice spikes, like ice spikes damage. I don't have anything to do with ice spikes just yet. That also ties into the lack of aspects that I have right now. You see, I could really use like glacial aspect and frozen wake and all that. Those are instrumental for this build, of course. And then I would need ancestral gear, and the easiest way to get ancestral gear is by going through my renown rewards, and also via the reputation caches that you can pick up from Karagar. If you go to Karagar, there is the seasonal quest line and the reputation stuff. Yeah, you get XP like that, or you get these ancestrals from there. Uh, so first XP and Roderick powers. Second aspects, tempering recipes, ancestral gear. Third are uniques. So of course, as with most sorcerers, I need Raiment of the Infinite as my chest armor, Towel Loop as my ring for more damage, and then Blue Rose is a unique that's centered around ice spikes and ice spike damage. Masterworking would come fourth. Now, normally I budget a bit of time to go and farm Obdicite from, let's say, like Infernal Hordes or something, but this season Obdicite is in abundance because the entire season is centered around Nightmare Dungeons, which already have plenty of other notable affixes like Roderick Strong Rooms, and mainly Herodic Strong Rooms are what I'd be running to get my Herodic powers, right? So Herodic powers, or unlocking the Herodic powers, would go hand in hand with getting Obdicite, but as since this is already my third character, I've already unlocked most of the Herodic powers, and I've also unlocked, or rather, I've actually collected more Obdicite than I was able to use on my previous characters, and this will probably continue to be the case. I'll run some nightmare dungeons here and there that'll give me loot, and it'll just give me Obdicite as a byproduct. So I don't even really need to focus too much on masterworking. And then lastly, glyphs. So usually I like to get my glyphs to rank 15 first, just so I can get the additional bonus or the radius increase. That makes it easier to proc the additional bonus. And then maybe I might level one glyph to 46, but for the most part, I only like to level my glyphs to legendary if I absolutely need it when I'm trying to reach Torment 4 as quickly as possible. So, uh, yeah, hope I haven't put y'all to sleep yet, but that's just the gist of the plan now that I've reached Torment. And the last thing I wanted to say before I actually get into the gameplay is that at this point, normally I would do a whole bunch of pit pushing, but I'm actually going to skip that this time around, solely on the grounds that I just don't think I have nearly enough damage to do a pit push. I was already struggling as it was to clear pit 10, and the reason for that is because my gear is very out of date right now. I'm not even running 750 item power. So, the reason, like, that was kind of by design, because when I was going level 1 to 60, my goal was to reach Torment as quickly as possible and not really with the best gear either. Just reaching Torment was the goal. And the reason for that is, well, there's a number of reasons. I wanted to switch things up a bit, first of all. And secondly, I realized that Ormus, when I finished this quest line, right, like, this is how I leveled. I did the Vessel of Hatred campaign. Yeah, you see, like, if I finish all the, see here, completion rewards, right? So, when I make it into Torment and I talk to Ormus, he actually does have a chance to give me some ancestrals, and there's like pretty much everywhere that I go, I have a chance to get ancestrals. But even just the fact I'm Paragon level, or sorry, the fact that I'm level 60 means that I'm getting a minimum 750 item power on all of this equipment. You see, I didn't even need to really bother loading up on 750 item power on anything, except for this one maybe. Um, okay, so this unlocks Juggernauts for me. I already have a helm that was 750 item power from the Tree of Whispers I turned into level 60, but pretty much everything else I can swap out in favor of the rewards that Ormus gave me. So my chest armor, helm, gloves, pants, and boots are all now ancestrals. And now I just had to worry about upgrading my jewelry and my weapon. And there's a couple ways I can upgrade, well, both of those, jewelry and my weapon, right? So I think one of my preferred ways on like a second character is to go into the den and just fetch a few things from there. That usually helps out. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna go and see what's available in the den first. Okay, so there's also the season, like I mentioned before, there's the reputation caches and the season rewards, or the season journey rewards and all that. But I usually prefer to save those for when I reach Torment 3, because I believe that the loot is a lot better when I open them in Torment 3. At least that's how I feel about it. So I got plenty of pale marks. If this were my first character, I would probably just use the rewards that, like, because Aldkin, since this is again my third character, he's already rank 10 on the report. If this were my first character, it wouldn't be rank 10. I would actually be redeeming these instead. All these rewards. Speaking of redeeming rewards, I might as well turn these in. Sure, I'll pull these open for some legendary rings. Distilled Fear, ring. I don't have any 750s here just yet. Resource Aspect Cache, I don't really need any of these, I think. I'm looking for Blue Rose. Defensive Aspect Cache. Let me just double check something real quick. I might do Utility Cache. Let me just make sure. I don't think I really need any aspect, except for on my boots. I believe I usually run... there is a... there's an aspect, Mind's Awakening, I believe, that is actually really helpful. Let me just double check this before I go any further. Yeah, it is Mind's Awakening. So this aspect here, Mind's Awakening, I should have already pinned it, but better late than never. Anytime I cast a frost skill, I grant a barrier of a percentage of my max life, and this is what I rely on in conjunction with this blizzard build. I'm always spamming blizzard, which is a frost skill, so I'm pretty much permanently under the effects of a barrier. So yeah, I would want that over the other caches. I don't think I need anything else from that roster anyway. So, utility. Oh, okay, gloves too. Why not? Crit strike chance maybe might be good. Shocking Impact. I don't really think I need Shocking Impact. Yeah, I don't really need these, but I'm gonna restock for free. Frozen Orb explodes a second time. I don't need that. I'm not playing Frozen Orb. Rapid Amulet. Wow. Okay, so you can see here right off the bat we have some pretty useful things just from the Pale Marks, and we even have a couple Ancestrals available. So this one I absolutely will take, and it's a GA too, so that is a substantial upgrade. I'm skipping right past 750 item power without any drawback, essentially. And of course, boss summoning materials, boss summoning cash. The more of these I can get, the better. Otherwise, it takes forever to like load up on Whispers. Also, these are better to open on Torments, but I think they're better to open on Torments. I'm not 100% sure. I think they are, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, this pretty much covers it. Now let me just double check for tempers now that I'm here. Let me just check. Cold damage, fire damage. I guess there's really nothing for ice spikes on here. I could do vulnerable damage, I guess. Let me just take a look here at my build planner in case I'm forgetting something. Um, oh yeah, okay. It's starting to come back to me. Okay, I'm supposed to do vulnerable damage. Yeah, I'm supposed to do vulnerable damage, I think. Yeah, I do vulnerable damage, and then I use the infusion to make it so that if I'm somehow getting... Well, okay. Here's the thing. So on my Paragon board, there's gonna be so many modifiers for non-physical damage that it's kind of difficult to not have cold damage be my highest like damage type. So when I was playing like my Barbarian, for example, I pumped up crit strike damage, and then when I put on the Smoldering Ember, it would make it so that my fire damage bonus was equal to like my crit strike damage, right? But now, with the Sorcerer specifically, I think that cold is going to be my highest damage type no matter what I do. So I don't know if there's a point in running Glacial Nimbus, really. But that actually does beg the question. I don't know what else I'd run, really. Damage, poison damage. Oh, yeah, right. No, I remember now. I was running Smoldering Ember before. And the reason I was running Smoldering Ember was because it actually can help me activate some damage to burning. That was what it was. Damage to burning enemies. There's a few modifiers that could work well with that. That's what I had in mind. Now, typically, that's unlocked as you go through the seasonal questline. So if this were a first character, I would do a bit of the seasonal questline until that's active. But, yeah, that's how it goes. So, yeah, now the only thing I'm missing is a proper weapon. But I can at least throw this on. This is a big boost in damage, but I don't know what I'm not entirely sure quite what I want the tempers to be just yet. But, yeah, I'm just looking at this. 106% to 131%. That is basically a 24% damage increase, just that adjustment alone. Of course, I would need to temper something useful onto it. I would want, like, the ice spikes stuff on it, but for the time being, I need to use this because I don't have anything better by way of the, like, I don't have anything better with regards to the aspects. So that'll have to do for now. So I'll salvage this old one. And then I have other ones too, other rings and whatnot. I don't want to put too much emphasis on them just because I'm going to be salvaging them or swapping them out anyway, but it will take a bit of time to at least switch out for 750s before I upgrade to the Tal loop and all that, just so that there's a bit of progression here for my character. For my sorcerer. Salvage materials, utility aspects. Yeah, I can pull this
Did
open.
I count it out right? Oh, glad that's done.
And then utility aspect, again, I'm looking for actually Gloves of Fortune. I think that one is another one that I is another aspect that I some that I considered running. I'll have to see. Um okay, I'll salvage these for now. All right. And tempering too. That was the other issue. I mean, I can temper these. I can pretty much temper these with whatever I want. Like, I guess the best thing that I've got right now. Hold on. Yeah, it would either be raw damage or cold damage. But as it stands right now, my or Herodric powers are doing a lot of damage too. So I probably would prefer plain damage for the time being. But later that's going to change. I'm probably going to want more cold damage. I guess another argument could be made that, oh shoot, I think I bricked this, didn't I? I also could use resource cost reduction. I'm not really, I don't really care much for reducing the cooldown on my ultimate. I mean, I could, just so I could get more damage out of it, but for now I can just stick with resource cost reduction to make my blizzard costs a little bit lower. I think I could do, I take it back, I'll just do cold, or I'll do this one, just because there's a higher chance that, it's a 1 in 3 chance that I roll cold damage, and cold damage is useful for blizzard. So I think I'll just do that. Same thing with this. Gonna rope. That's the wrong one. Elemental finesse knight. It would be nice if they would um, do that a bit more. Ooh, blizzard size, nice. Yeah, it'd be nice if we could actually like temper or mark tempering recipes as favorite. Intelligence and attack speed, not bad. Lucky hit chance. I'm gonna roll that for max life for now. And we have a pretty decent set of gloves. I do need to put some aspect on it though. What was my old one that I subbed out my gloves for? Where are my old gloves? I don't know where I put my old gloves. Oh yeah, it's this one. So I was using Storm Swell, right? Again, I'm just pumping out all of the aspects. What? Do I not have? Oh, I see. I don't actually have Storm Swell aspect unlocked. I need to salvage this, then I unlock it. So I'll break all of these, I guess. Is this ring any better? Or this ring any better? Not really. This one, maybe. I can do something with that. Storm Swell. Storm Swell on my gloves. Okay, so that's one aspect that gives me extra damage. Then I have aspect of elements on my weapon for now. I mean, these are all going to change, but just as a starting point, I need to have something that boosts them, right? So, Inner Calm. I was running Inner Calm. This should work here. And then I think I was running Edge Masters in my other ring. That was how I set it up in the first place. But I'm actually going to switch out my existing ring for this one, because then maybe I can actually get slightly better rolls than what I had on the previous ring that I had. Yeah, trying for cold damage, nice. And worldly stability. Um, resource generation, and chance to get primary resource. Not the best, but whatever. It's not the... We'll have to do for now. It's still better than the one that I had a moment ago. And then I can put Aspect of Elements onto it. Either Aspect of Elements or Edge Masters. I guess I'll just run Edge Masters here. And then, of course, my weapon's the big one. Not having a 750 or 800, even item power gloves, or weapon is kind of that is a big no-no here in this case. Oh, and my pants here. I should swap out Firebolt for max life. I'm just gonna make sure that I have all the right roll. Oh no, everything does have the right rolls, especially this. This is a great roll on my boots. That helps a lot. Mobility aspect, would want Well, teleport cooldown reduction would be really nice too, but I'd like to do movement speed if possible, and blizzard size for now. Okay, yeah. Later, I'm probably gonna, I might consider doing some of the like other utility, like sorcerer control for freeze duration or something like that, right? But that'll be for later, especially if I can get like ancestrals. And then Juggernaut's aspect. I'm not really spamming evade all that much, right? So I usually rely on Juggernauts to kind of cover my bases when it comes to. Why don't I have it marked as favorite anyway? Oh, oh, there. So I can put Juggernauts in my Ancestral. I get more armor if it's in an Ancestral rather than like a regular piece of gear. So now I'm in Torment, and this thing is, yeah, it's pretty good. I can throw tempers onto it, but this is, especially until I get Raiment. This is a nice, well, yeah, this is nice to. I'd like to keep it as is for now. I don't know how long I'll have it for though. Raiment, like as soon as I get Raiment, I switch it out. I mean, I'm doing this kind of as a formality, but really, I should just be farming for like whispers so I can get malignant hearts. That's how it should be. And then this ring I'll salvage. This set of gloves I would also salvage. And I probably won't be looking at my gear for a very long time until I get, like, I don't even know if I care for most ancestrals or ancestrals in most of my slots. It's just my, it's just unique raiment and Taloup and Blue Rose that I care about the most. So everything I do should be centered around getting as many boss mats as I can. That's really it. That's how it is. Maybe leveling my glyphs in the process. Okay. So, yeah, that's it more or less for my items. And yeah, I'll leave my amulet as is. I'll probably be using that amulet in the late game, though. Oh, I actually do have ancestral boots here. I might, well, but I mean, I actually prefer resistance to all elements over the bonuses that these boots give, but I'd hold on to that for the future. And I just realized I actually do have a weapon that they gave me from the pit that has um, 750 item power, so that's a huge boon for me. This particular weapon, or for this particular weapon, I will eventually switch this out anyway. I just need this to tide me over for a little bit. That's really it. I don't even have, like I said, I don't even have any of. Okay, spiked deal double damage, deep freeze, chance for blizzard deal double damage. There we go. So in the future, I might consider running like crit strike damage or something of that sort. But for the like crit strike damage for ice spikes. But for now, I actually prioritize having like in max life. Keep myself alive as much as possible. Although I guess strikes damage over time wouldn't have been terrible either, at least for now. So yeah, that's that. Uh, what other things can I do? Mobilize, stunned, or frozen aspect of elements. Ah, conceded aspect. While I have a barrier active. So I could do that actually for the time being. I could do something like this. And then with my powers, instead of applying vulnerable, I could try and get a barrier or something. Although I usually have I don't know if they ever really break through my barrier though, to begin with. Yeah, here it is. Evoke my catalyst grants a barrier equal to a percentage of my max life. Yeah, I could try it. Might as well. And then in the meantime, I can salvage this. I never want to look at that again. So, yeah, that basically covers it. So that's my character now that I've reached Torment. Nice and easy. I just wish I could masterwork without needing tempering, but I understand why that's not how they do things. Alright, and the very last thing is to, I guess, run the Helltide. So what I need is Raiment, Taloup, and Yeah, I need Raymond, Tal Loop, and Blue Rose. Blue Rose drops from Varshan. No, wait. Blue Rose drops from Duriel. Raymond and Tal Loop drop from Varshan. So I basically have to do a ton of whispers. Either a ton of whispers or just supposed to do something else here real quick. Let me add sockets on everything. That was another thing too. And then I'll put on some sapphires. Only other issue is what are my runes? So I have a knock rune. That'll like I'm playing Blizzard, so that should help me. Only question is what do I go with? Like what do I combo with the knock rune? I was doing like knock lum before. It's not terrible. I could do cur with if I could get like frost nova. That would be a nice way to get vulnerable. Um, maybe earthen bulwark, just get more barrier for free. I already have an execute, so I don't need to execute anything. And I mean, I think I overkill right now with all the adjustments I've just made. So yeah, why don't I do that? Kirk I cast 5 skills, I get a barrier. It seems pretty standard. And then topazes. At this point, I think, like since I'm in Torment, I should be able to have this many. Should be able to have flawless topazes. Can have a more int that way. And then my resistances aren't actually quite as good as I was hoping. So I'm gonna actually make some adjustments here. Definitely worth it for me to throw a scattered prism in there. Then lightning, cold, poison.
If I cannot be in the wilderness, this
Lightning,
will do.
cold, and poison. So this should cover me resistance-wise for Torment 1, all the way up until Torment, like, 2, basically. Let me just double-check that. 90, 25, 25, 25. Yeah, this should... I'm basically I have just enough resistances that if I were to take on Torment 2 right now, I'd already be capped. And that's without elixirs and incense, and that's without even running Rahir. So I'm pretty good on that. So really, I'm pretty kitted out for Torment 1. In fact, I'm actually so kitted out that I'm kind of tempted to switch it over to Torment 2 and see how well I do there. Especially because how many obols do I have? I do have some obols. Yeah, I could maybe push to Torment 2 if I really wanted to right now, but I think the priority for me should be on running these whispers like I was mentioning. So, and also maybe some Hell Tides too. But just before I do that, the very last thing, and I know I've been promising gameplay for a half hour, but I think it's more important to actually talk about what the plan is and gearing up my character. I think that's a lot more important than just rushing into things. Mystery Archetype Cache. Yeah, all of these rewards I should be hitting. And I would like to get up to like well, I guess it would take me a while to get the Lair Cache anyway, but yeah, these are obviously really important, making sure that I pop these open, because I can get potentially the the loot that I'm looking for. I don't know if I get like Tal Loop and whatnot though. I could open them now, but I'll wait until I get to a higher Torment before I pry those open. As for this, I do still need the Blizzard aspect, or the Ice Spikes aspects and all that. I'm gonna do a little bit of farming first. Let's start off with the farming. And let's see how well this build will perform with all this. Also, during the... Okay, so when I'm running the pit, I use the pillar. I much prefer having Astral Pillar. But here, while I'm just trying to go through the game, I much prefer having Hydra. And the reason I much prefer having Hydra is because, well, it's not Hydra that I care about. It's the fact that I'd be able to combo it with Cosmic Anomaly. So this will help solve my, like, whatever mobility issues I might have at this point. And I actually should have replaced the movement speed aspect on this with something else. But yeah, so I'm going to try here. Again, my guy is pretty slow. I'm going to swap this for movement speed. There we go. Okay. So now I can wait right here, right? And then can't I? Oh, I know why. I can take off Fractured Core for now and replace it with Floaty Bauble. When I pit push, I prefer having um like DR removal and all that, but for the time being, if I'm speed farming, then this is how it is. Like this is what I was excited for this season. Okay, here we go. So this is how I'm gonna try to speed farm, same as what I was doing before. But you can see making covering a lot of ground here. I can kill everything really quickly. Right. After I finish my first health side, I think it would be safe to say that I have enough. I would have enough XP to probably unlock my first Paragon board, right? So, like I said, Torment 1. Every Torment I usually, I mean, I'm trying to do like roughly 50 Paragon points. I don't like to have a hard science, or like try to do that to simulate like if you yourself were playing this character, this Blizzard Sorcerer, and you know this is like your first character, you wouldn't have like 200 Paragon points lying around, right? And I completely understand that, and that's why I'm trying. Ooh, here, definitely need to kill this. Yeah, that's why I try to go through the trouble of. Oh, did I get CC'd? No, not. That's why I go through the trouble of making sure that I am trying to be fair on what I have access to, so I'm not just telling people that, hey, the easiest way to level up. Actually, wait, I can just send all these in to explode on them. Hey, what's this? A 2GA ring. If this were any other character or build, I mean, maybe I'd be quite ecstatic over this. Maybe like my Necro or something could have used this, but like I mentioned already, I'm gonna be running Blue Rose and Tal Loop anyway, so I don't think I care. Like tier 9 I have unlocked on the reputation rewards. This is fun. Like this. Yeah, I don't know if some of you ever played Diablo 2 Resurrected, but that's sort of what this reminds me of, just being able to warp around, as you can kind of see. What are even the missions here? Okay, I gotta slay cultists, so that's my first priority right now. And then after that, like, I need to farm the boss mask. So the 3 uniques that I need for the, or I think I mentioned Raiment, Tal Loop, and Blue Rose, but there is actually one other. Unique that I would consider using, and that's Fists of Fate. But it can't just be any Fists of Fate. It needs to be a Fist of Fate that has a good roll on the lucky hit chance, and possibly the crit strike chance too. And the reason I would need something like that, that Fist of Fate, is because Blue Rose, the ice spikes are dependent on, like, spawning the ice spikes is dependent on lucky hit, I believe. So I would need to pump up my lucky hit chances as far as it can go. Part of the drawback to this setup, though, is I'm not going to have as much. Like, before they announced that they removed I think it's Siphoning Gizmo, right? The one which was like instant dot damage. Before they announced that they removed that, my original plan was to pump up my lucky hit chance so that I'd be able to proc that more often. That and my ice spikes, but now it's only just the ice spikes, which is still fine, but just a bit unfortunate. Okay, so somebody else spawned the demon, so I might be able to get the whisper out of that. I don't usually like to run with others because I like to do the work entirely on my own for leveling this character, but this is one of those moments where, I mean, it's there. I'm in an area I'm sharing this this region with other people, so I might as well
Impressive.
go in and as well take advantage of the fact that other people are running it, right? These guys are already running this, so I'm gonna go do my stuff first before I go back there. See, my damage numbers are not quite where they need to be. Like, I mean, they're okay actually. I'm ticking for like 18k right now, but when I get ice spikes, it's like a night and day difference. Like, suddenly I'm gonna be doing a lot more damage. I mean, I can just again like beautiful. Oh, okay, no, she's dead. I can't. Not gonna be able to show it. In moments like these where the Blood Maiden shows up, I could just send my all of these anomalies at her and just take her out immediately with that. If I needed a quick way to eliminate her, but oh well. Attack speed. Now that's a good ring, but again, I don't know how much longer I'm gonna be needing these for. Biberglyph and Biberglyph. Yeah, lots of mobility. I could use some more movement speed, but again, this is one of the reasons I actually really enjoy these powers. They don't need to be damage oriented. I actually enjoy seeing my numbers go up, but in terms of gameplay, it's actually more fun to get all these like movement speed and just ways of like utility effects, and you know, like I think they made the right call, letting us do fun silly things like this. I know that they did remove the propulsion reset on execute though. They're probably going to get rid of this eventually, so I'm going to use it while it's available. If they don't remove it, then great. It's win-win for me. But even if they were to remove this, right, because they might see it as too overpowered or something, being able to like triple or quadruple teleport, it's still fine with me. The reason I say it's fine with me is because, yeah, like, even having access to, like, 70% movement speed is still perfectly fine. Like, I wouldn't be too upset. But, yeah, I mean, I'd like to be able to use this at least for maybe my, like, Necro next, at a minimum. Anyway, I just realized I'm pretty much maxed on my Whispers. Not only am I maxed on Whispers, but, I should be going for the, Tortured Gifts of Mysteries at this point. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do. This is a nice cliff that it might be difficult for. Oh, actually made it. I was gonna say it would be very difficult for them to get across to the other side, but yeah, apparently I was wrong. Oh, I can't even teleport through that. Oh, that's too bad. I'm trying to find like a good place where I can trap my anomalies, like here or something, right? I don't have enough. Can't cover enough ground. Okay. I'm just waiting for my anomalies to come back. Oh, that's too bad. I'm almost there though. I mean, alternatively, I could have just gotten on my horse too and just done this, but this is way cooler, way more fun, and I think in some ways it might be faster even. Okay, there. See, got a nice little level up. Got Ancestral Pants. I don't remember if do I run Raymond? I can't remember. Or not Raymond, sorry, Tybalt. So I'll have to take a look. What pants do I usually run on this build? Too bad this one is GA life. But let me take a look at my planner real quick so I don't have to keep thinking about it. Ah, there we go. Oh, yeah, it was one of my pants that I usually run the Aspect of Fortune. So I get lucky hit chance that way. Anyway, let me finish this up real quick. And then I guess I can... When I say finish this up, I mean... like the threat meter pop. So I might as well just wait for the Hellborn. Kill it, maybe try to get some rewards, like an extra heart or something. And then, yeah, should be okay. All these rewards. Yeah, no GA on that just yet. That's okay. Let me send all my... Oh, okay. I just realized, too, at this point, I mean, I don't really have... I wouldn't have this many, Herodic files, though. Although, you know... I just realized something. I should actually be running the, Herodic Strong Rooms. Not just to get the remaining powers, although granted I wouldn't really be using them anyway, but because I'd actually be getting files that I'd use to deservedly upgrade my this power to max. Although I guess it doesn't really matter. I would get more damage out of it. Yeah, I guess that would be fine. Hmm. Yeah, that actually should be my first priority. I'm pumping up this power. Like, that's like my biggest damage source right now. I know it's not like playing my Blizzard Sorcerer, but um, like that would actually be the easiest way to boost up my overall damage. Just like pump up the boss power first. Yeah, I guess in this case it would make sense for that to be my first priority, especially since I'm gonna be using this for speed farming purposes anyway. Wait a second. Why am I still here? I already got what I needed, right? I have 8 aberrant hearts. I can wait until the next one spawns and maybe run it just for the whispers. But actually, I realized that this is a bit of a trap too. I'm like running, like I'm here running whispers, or I was running these uh Helltide whispers, but in reality, it's actually much faster. I probably could have finished whispers in like 2 different sets of whispers by now, especially with this ability to speed farm with like being able to just teleport spam and all that. Okay, my amulet's already really good. Greater collection of helms. I think I'm supposed to use. Let me just double check this. Yes, it is a. I do run a legendary helm, so a greater collection of helms would be good here. And uh, Frost Nova size. Uh, yeah, oh, that's good. This is Yeah, I was looking for this. I kind of wanted to run Snow Veiled, but I don't know if I'll need that just yet. Oh, Snow Guard's aspect. Yeah, I could run Snow Guard's aspect. I don't really need art like the aspect in my helm right now. I should actually be running Snow Guards so that I have a way to break myself out of CC or whatever. While I don't have Frost. Actually, wait, no, I'm getting it mixed up. Snow Veiled is for is for Blizzard. When my Blizzard is active, I take less damage. And in fact, maybe I'll salvage the other one first so that my Snow Veiled is a bit stronger, or Snow Guard is a bit stronger here. Okay, let me throw that in. It's not like I'm really using Deep Freeze anyway, so whatever. No big deal. And maybe I mean, I don't really need to temper anything just yet. If oh, okay, Malignant Heart. Wait a second. I ran Whispers, commonly found from Trio Whispers. Yeah, I turned in some Whispers and I didn't actually get any Malignant Hearts. Anyway, I'm gonna start trying to speed clear these. So, Kedbar is supposed to have some Whispers for me here. I could go slay Grigwar real quick. Should be easy enough with my heroic powers. Kyovashad, 21 minutes. So Ked Bardu, Zarbinzet. Zarbinzet, Yakul. Ked Bardu, Kuras Bazaar. So I think these ones just spawned. 31 minutes. 50 minutes. 20 minutes. And I don't know where the Ked Bardu ones are. Oh yeah, here they are. Okay, so these are the whispers that are about to expire. So I should probably aim to clear those first. I can go slay Grigwar later. I'm gonna need to take out as many bosses as I can anyway. In order to get Belial mats. Because if I can get more Belial mats, then I might be able to get like a GA Fist of Fate or Blue Rose. Raymond, I don't mind having it as a non-ancestral so much because the thing I want Raymond for is for ranks of Glass Cannon, and yeah, if I get like an ancestral one then that selects Glass Cannon, then yeah, it would be like 3 ranks or 4 ranks, which is good, but it's definitely not as impactful as some of the other having GA on some of the other options, particularly Blue Rose I think is the big one. Let me take a look real quick, just double check. So if I got like GA Blue Rose, then I could get like GA on Ice Spike damage. So Ice Spikes would get 345 additive damage, or if it rolled GA on a chance for Ice Spikes to explode twice, That's Blue Rose is the only place where ice spikes can explode twice. I can get chance for ice spikes to deal double damage on my weapon, but it's only on Blue Rose that I can get that modifier. So that would be a good. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I can't go all the way down there, fortunately for me. Okay. So finishing off the Venus motes first, and getting a little bit of sigil powder. Then I don't know if I would rather run this, like all these like one whispers,
Tested.
or if I'd rather go and do the. I think I'd rather go and turn in. Nope. I'd rather turn in these like 5 whispers. I'll probably go back to the pit in a second too. Um, here's a good example. Free the prisoners. I don't need to interact with these monsters. I just need to focus on finishing this. Yeah, like I want a chance to try to take down Varshan. To be honest, I don't mind running it on Torment 1 as much. Like, yeah, I only get 3 rolls, but, like, if I were to, like, run well, actually, I might actually be able to clear Varshan in Torment 2. It would just take a fair bit longer. That's the main issue. Like, if I kill Varshan here, it would probably take, like, let's say, like, 10 seconds. Just throw a number out there. But if I try to clear him on Torment 2, the fight would probably take, like, 1 to 2 minutes or something like that. At a minimum. Because I just don't have that much... I don't have that much damage yet. Not until I get the aspects that I need. Actually, come to think of it, that's another reason why I should be running these Whispers too. I need these, I'm still missing, like, a lot of the key aspects, like Glacial and all that. Yeah. Oh, feeding pit key.
Rutger, we wait for flesh at the new moon. Go to the cells and gather.
Let me through, let me through.
Ruins are weak.
Oh, okay, no, they exploded.
Maggots. We need more meat. Bardock.
I always have barrier up because of Earthen Bulwark off of Kurun, so... actually, off of this, I don't even really need Mind's Awakening aspect. I could you know what I could run? I could actually run Penitent Greaves. Yeah, I should actually consider throwing on Penitent Greaves. That would be free damage, essentially, except for against bosses. But it would help me kill pretty much everything else. Do I care about this? No, I'm here for the Whispers, not for this event. If it were a Nightmare Dungeon, it might be worthwhile, but it's not letting me teleport. Destroy the corpse piles. Yeah, see, I'm lacking on damage despite having made all these crazy upgrades. I don't even have like an 800 item power. That's something I should have pointed out, by the way. I mean, there's like too much to really talk about when it comes to this build, but when it comes to Blizzard and Ice Spikes and all that, the thing about Blizzard versus Ice Spikes is that Blizzard doesn't really do as much damage by itself as it should, in my opinion. Like, it... You know what? Let me put it in much simpler terms. Blizzard is a very weak skill in terms of its base damage. Yeah, I said it. There, I said it. It is pretty weak when it comes to... If I'm just looking at its base damage, and I think that... I can exit and try to go to the PvP zone. Yeah. Like, Blizzard... The base damage on Blizzard, like just the dot on it, is very underwhelming compared to if you were to like add other damage sources to Blizzard itself, which is, it's unfortunate, but that's the reality of it, right? So the powers, for example, with Siphoning Gizmo, I didn't even get a chance to test it, but it would have been really nice to run Siphoning Gizmo because I could have actually gotten an extra source of damage there, right? X-Fals is okay, but it's not great. And then when you look at Ice Spikes, it's suddenly like way more damage, okay? Um, and I can actually. I tested this last season. I had a Blizzard Sorcerer last season. I didn't do a video on it, but I made it like I think last season I played which Sorcerer did I play last season? I actually don't even remember anymore. Oh, Ice Shards. Yeah. So last season I played Ice Shards Sorcerer. And when I played my Ice Shards Sorcerer, I finished reaching Torment 4, and then I decided to try to put together a Blizzard Sorcerer with, using the same Sorcerer, and because I have access to, Armory and whatnot now, so I can, hopping back and forth between different, builds. Wow, that was a lot of gold. That was like 30 million gold there. I didn't get any items, but I don't really care. 30 million gold is a lot of gold for me. So when last season was around, right, I was, come back here later. Hold on. So this is the Cadbardu Whispers. I'm not going to do all these, like, little ones. Cadbardu, then Kyovashad. Okay, it would be these ones next. So I'm going to head there. Slay spiders. Okay, I'll do this event. That would be the fastest place to go. Cool. Anyway, so last season I played Blizzard, right? Like, I respect my Sorcerer into Blizzard for a little bit. I played around with it. Just the base damage on Blizzard for the dot was not doing very much. If I put on Exval, I got a little bit more damage. But then as soon as I threw on, like, Ice Spikes, suddenly my build was pumping out, like, 10 times the amount of damage. Okay, maybe not 10 times. I didn't really count exactly how much damage it was, but it was way faster. Like, I was testing on the training dummy. The training dummy just was melting super fast once I got Ice Spikes. And I think that's because there's a couple of reasons for this. Ice Spikes itself scales with crit and crit strike damage, unlike Blizzard, which, it's a dot, so it can't inherit crit properties. So yeah, there was wait, did I kill all the spiders already? I think I did. Okay. So you get, like, crit strike chance and crit strike damage on Ice Spikes, first of all. Second of all, the base damage on Ice Spikes is crazy. And third of all, you actually get a number of ways to scale Ice Spikes damage.
You'll be tested now.
So what do I mean by scaling Ice Spike damage? I'm talking about, like, aspects and whatnot. There's not very many aspects that pump up Blizzard specifically. Here, let's take a look here. See, like, only Snow Guards and Glacial are available aspects for Blizzard. Blizzard itself, as a base skill, they don't really have anything to help you, like, boost your damage on Blizzard, which is unfortunate, but that's just the reality, right? So yeah, there's got to be better ways to go about it. I'm gonna finish this dungeon, and then I'm actually gonna move to Torment 2. I think I get much better rewards in Torment 2 when it comes to turning in Malignant Hearts. So yeah, that's what I'm doing. But yeah, just giving you all an idea as to when it comes to, like, Ice Spikes and all that, kind of what the full gig there is. Progress so quickly through these dungeons. Normally take, like, a couple minutes because I have to do so much running, but here it's nice and easy. Hey, what's up, Lee Burgess? You're here again. As always, always a pleasure to have you. And you said that you're gonna do a rogue furry build? Rogue furry? Oh, Rogue Flurry. Right. Yeah, Rogue Flurry. That's good. I actually was interested in playing Rogue Flurry this season. I might make it as a second character. But my first character has to be Dance of Knives. I think that, well, I don't know if anyone's going to be doing a Dance of Knives Rogue this season, but I still want to make, like, a build guide for it. I just feel like it's one of those builds that are, like, the average casual player might consider running because it's such a fun enjoyable playstyle. Run around and it's just spin to win. I mean, it doesn't get much cooler than that, right? So, you know, I think that there's going to be plenty of people who are going to want to see like Dance of Knives in action. So of course I'm going to try to do another Dance of Knives video for this season, and we'll see how that one goes. But yeah, that'll probably be... That's actually probably going to be my next character. I want to do Dance of Knives next, out of popularity. It's either that or Curse's Necro. I don't think I care much for this. It's like a Cursed Well. Oh, I keep spawning more monsters because of this stupid well that I hit. Slay Herald of the Dead. Okay, fun. Hey, what's up? K5J? Is that how it's said? I like Sorcerer, but I'd be finding it tough to build. Oh, okay. Okay. Fill me in on this. What's the what appears to be the problem for you? Let me see if I can try to help you out. Unless you don't want me to help you out, then I can not say anything about it. But I'd be happy to maybe give a few pointers, or maybe I also would struggle with the same build. I don't know. I'm playing Blizzard right now, which is traditionally seen as a slightly weaker build to start, but I really like it to start. What it lacks in base damage, it makes up for in AoE, because there's other skills like Fireball and Chain Lightning where, yeah, they do decent damage or better damage than Blizzard, but they kind of struggle with hitting multiple monsters at a time, right? Well, Chain Lightning doesn't, but like Fireball will stop on the first monster you hit, so yeah, that's a bit of an issue. So I think I'm at 9. So I mean 9 Grim Favors. At this point, I could go and clear the other ones here, but I feel like those take a little too long. So what I'm actually gonna do is I'd actually like to see if I can start pushing for Pit 25. That's where I'm gonna go next. Soon I get done with a Druid build. Hold on, sorry. Let me just... Soon I get done with the Druid. Oh, then you're gonna go Flurry. Yeah, I want to do Flurry too, like I said. But I'll probably make that as a second character. I can't do it as my first, because I'm gonna be playing Dance of Knives. That's how you guys, or that's how you feel about Spiritborn? I haven't had a chance to play Spiritborn. Usually, or this season, I mean. Usually, I find Spiritborn to be easier. I tend to find Spiritborn to be easier than the other classes when it comes to, well, I don't know. I guess there's like some things that are easier and some things that are tougher when it comes to Spiritborn. But usually when I go Quill Volley, I don't really struggle too much with anything. Especially if I go Vessel of Hatred campaign, because Quill Volley just does so much damage by itself. So yeah, so 5J, what Sorcerer build are you running, so that I kind of have at least like some, well, I mean, it would just be nice to know, I guess, even if you don't necessarily want like feedback or tips. Oh, there we go. It might be nice to kind of at least or to kind of know what builds some people are struggling or not struggling with. So yeah, you can see like this is taking a while, right? I don't think that... Okay, well, if I actually hit him with my my Herodic power, suddenly he just immediately dies. I would be able to clear this, I think, but you can kind of see like the damage is a little bit lacking, just a bit. I also should be using Deep Freeze more, just to get more damage that way. If I have all my damage scalers up, then it's great, but yeah, until I get like Tal Loop, not just Tal Loop, but it's really Ice Spikes. If I can get Ice Spikes, that would be really important. Actually, that reminds me, I wanted to get into Torment 2 so that I could at least turn in my rewards for Torment 2. I might even just like use and abuse the Herodic powers for that. But the simple reality is that I don't think this build is quite ready for Torment 2 yet, just because I simply lack the damage. Like, I'm actually struggling just to clear these guys, but I actually want to get the turn-in rewards. I think the turn-in rewards are like double the amount of Malignant Hearts. Like, I'm usually accustomed to getting like 6 or maybe even 9 Malignant Hearts on a turn-in, but I'm only getting like 3 per turn-in tops on Torment 1. That's why I'm trying to clear. It'll take me a little bit longer than usual because my build is not as strong as some of the other available ones, and I don't have ice spikes, but yeah, that's I think this is more important right now. And I know that I have obols, but I'd really rather save them for, like, to avoid getting like duplicate items. I'd rather save my obols for once I figure out which uniques I do manage to get first, and then pump them into getting whichever unique I don't get next. That way I don't have to do it twice. Like, let's say I run like 2 Varshans or 3 Varshans and I get Raiment, but I don't get Taloup. Then, yeah, I can start gambling up for rings. Or on the flip side, if I do get a Taloup, then I can, but I don't get a Raiment, then I can start gambling for chest armors to try to get Raiment instead, right? So that's why I'm kind of reluctant to gamble right now. Yeah, just to give a gist of the gist of why I'm doing what I'm doing. I could try to get Frostburn too. I totally forgot Frostburn's available, but yeah, because I'm actually doing like burning damage on Smoldering Ember, but actually, come to think of it, what's my damage to cold? Yeah, see, damage to cold is and damage to fire. Oh, yeah, my damage to fire stat is 385% because my cold damage is my highest damage modifier. Yeah. If there was a way to like max out, like, let's say vulnerable damage, maybe. Yeah, I could try that. Or crit strike damage. Like, crit strike, once I actually get like more crit strike damage, might be in a much better state from things like Paragon boards and glyphs, but yeah, that's like for later. Anyway, how you folks doing? I see people are slowly starting to trickle in. My apologies that it was a late start on today's stream. I had some things I needed to take care of, but I'm back now. And one other thing. So yeah. I am gonna be streaming for another hour, maybe hour and a half tops, but I'll probably have to call it like I'm not gonna do this all in one sitting. Like people who are listening to this on stream. If it's you know, those of you watching it on video, I presume I should be able to make it within the next 5-6 hours of gameplay. But those of you watching, like, I will have to, like, you know, I'm gonna have to actually head out and do some stuff today. I'll be back again later tonight, though, to wrap up the rest of this run. And then tomorrow, I'll be back again, and it's going to be non-stop. Actually don't know which build I'm going to be playing tomorrow. I'm going to have to think about it, but... Oh, yeah, right. Wait. No, I know what I'm going to be playing. It's going to be Dance of Knives. Yeah, it's supposed to be Dance of Knives, and I'm probably going to skip running through the campaign on that one. I'm just going to focus on running Helltides and having fun with that. Your day going good? Okay, nice. Glad to hear it. So, I'm gonna wait until all my anomalies come back, and then I'll send them all in at once. I just realized, too, it might be better for me to just put on cold damage, like, to make these guys do cold damage, because then they actually inherit the modifiers that I have for cold damage, which is my main stat, right? Okay, here, now I can send... Ooh, yeah, okay, so... let me switch the... Yeah, like, basically, I can cheese bosses by pumping up Cosmic Anomaly. If I didn't, you know... If I didn't have... Like, I still have these Herodic Strong Rooms, right? If I didn't have the, like, if I didn't have as many Herodic Files as I have, and I didn't have all my powers, I would have Cosmic Anomaly if I went through the questline. I'd go through the questline first, and then I would run as many strong rooms as I can to get files, and they're very generous with files, right? I would just load up on files, and then I would just try to rank this up to 20 as quickly as I can. Kind of like what I did with the boss powers. Last season with the boss powers, the progression was a lot more smooth for me. Yeah, like smooth in the sense that like this season the Herodic powers weren't even available at the start of the season, so that was a bit of a problem, right? Your day's going good. Okay, that's good. Lee Burgess. Hope you enjoy today's stream. Yeah. So just doing sorcerer things. That's basically it. So, going back to it. So usually I run like for my Paragon glyphs. I run Eliminator, which I already have. I run No, wait. I run Stalagmite, which I just put a point into. Then I also have Destruction Tactician and Elementalist. I do have a number of other glyphs that I could use, like let's say Winter, or this one, Cryopathy, or Control, right? But I actually hate these ones because they don't actually work on bosses, unless they get staggered, right? So increase damage to stunned or frozen. Well, if the boss is stunned, then it'll actually do its thing. Same thing here, chill or freeze. Similar situation. All the damage would come from when the boss is staggered, and I don't like it when that's the case because there's only so many times you can realistically stagger a boss in a fight, right? So yeah, I'm gonna pump up Eliminator for now, and then later I'm gonna try to pump up Stalagmite. I mean, I don't need to pump up Stalagmite just yet. I've just tagged it with 1 point so that it is like ahead of everything else, so that it's easier to find. But definitely Eliminator is more important right now. Okay. Incinerate. Yeah, no, I don't care about that. Yeah, I'll do Glacial Nimbus, and then I'm gonna go do the next dungeon here. I'm gonna do Pit 25, but at this point, like, what does my Paragon board look like? It looks like here. I'll show you. That was it. What I showed you was my Paragon board. You see this? This is it. This is basically. There you go. That's my Paragon board right now. And you might be wondering, wait, why is this guy who's Paragon level 166 running just this? And the reason, like, this is intentional. This is to show that even somebody who's Paragon level 1, assuming that you've done the Renown rewards, right? I think it's reasonable to expect that most people would have done them by now. Somebody who has completed the Renown rewards and is Paragon level 1 could realistically have this setup. That's basically it, right? Yeah, like I could realistically expect that somebody would have, something along these lines as they progress through the game. Uh, rather than burning up all my points at once, like I could throw in all my points at once, but it wouldn't really give people a very good idea as to how strong they can expect their build to be at different points in the game. So that's why I do it like this. I kind of go slow. And then as I go along, give me a second here. Let's get a point into. There we go. An enchantment master. So now, with just one legendary node, I get, well, especially because it's a sorcerer, I can swap out Fireball real quick for Frozen Orb now, and I can make it apply Vulnerable. So now I have a much easier way to apply Vulnerable because I don't think I have anything that easily applies Vulnerable. So yeah. Frozen Orb enchantment. Okay, so now with this, I get 40%, well, I get 60% more damage to cold. And yeah, this is with 50 Paragon points. So if you were Paragon level 25, you would realistically be able to hit this many. Like, you could actually reach this, right? And then as I go into Torment 2, like once I get into Torment 2, I'm going to probably use another 50 Paragon points. And then when I get to Torment 3, I might use another 50 Paragon points after that. Something like that, right? Just to make things a little more interesting. So there you go. That's what my Paragon board looks like. If you want like the build planner, like the full build planner that I'm using, I will toss it here in YouTube. And you can take a peek for yourself if you're interested how the final build looks. What build are you running, 5J? Lee Burgess was saying, dude, loot drops are better this season 9. I got some good gear on Nightmare Dungeons. Yeah, fair enough. On the open world, I have been struggling to get like good loot, but yeah, all the good loot is in Nightmare Dungeons. You're right. You're actually right. Yeah, the rewards from Nightmare Dungeons are insane. Like 2GA, 3GA items are dropping like very, very easily from them. So I'm gonna actually try again, or I'm actually gonna push straight up to Torment 2 now. I think that with this level of equipment, I'm actually really overstacked on resistances, and I have a good chunk of armor. Uh, and now with the extra 60% more damage, I'm pretty sure I should be able to clear Torment 2 comfortably. This is kind of how it would have been. Like, Paragon 25 is very easy to do. That's like 1 or 2 pit runs, and then you're there. Right. Oh, yeah, for bosses, I should be sending my, this, like, Roderick power and deal with it. That's how I'm gonna do it. Yeah. This is nice, actually. I might actually even prefer this over, like, the Astral Pillar and all that. But, anyway. Yeah, see? Get to apply Vulnerable off of this. Good for now. Except, I should have actually, well, I guess DR disabling is a little difficult to aim with these things. With the Astral Pillar, it's just always active. Like, I cast it once and then we'll just disable DR periodically. But here, it takes a little longer. It takes a little bit of time for my damage to ramp up too on Blizzard, but it'll get there. I'm just gonna use my... See, I'm just gonna use my powers as necessary. I'm trying Sorcerer this season. I'm in early levels, not sure which way I'm gonna go. Okay, fair enough. Were you looking for any, like, tips at all? Because I can tell, like, I can kind of tell you, well, it kind of, like, I mean, I kind of need to give you a recap of what I did leading up to this point anyway, right? When I was in Torment, when I was, like, when I first made this character, I focused on doing... Like, is this your first character? Like, your Sorcerer? Because this is, like, my third character, so I actually have a lot of the powers already available. But either way, the leveling method would have been the same. It just would have taken a little bit longer. The leveling method that I used was that I went through the Vessel of Hatred campaign, and I did this because I figured that it was the fastest way to... I figured it would be the fastest way to level. Yeah, I still stand by that. I think the Vessel of Hatred campaign is, like, just about as fast as it gets. I can't think of... Like, I've tried a couple other leveling methods, but I really just can't seem to top the insane amount of XP you get from doing leveling in, like, from the Vessel of Hatred, like, redoing that campaign storyline, really. Like, yeah. But on my first character, my companion druid, I did the seasonal quest line, though, so that was kind of how I did it. Also, I want to show you something, 5J, because I don't know if you've seen this yet, but you can use Floaty Bobble and do some really crazy, like, teleports with it. So that's what I've been doing this season. It's been interesting, for sure. There we go. So now I've eliminated both those DR monsters. Yeah, and right now I'm just, yeah, my seasonal character is a Sorcerer as well as my first in the new season. Okay. Yeah, you let me know if there's anything that, any tips that you need. Also, or if you want tips specifically. Also, I'll probably, I'm going to be farming some bosses later. So if I happen to find duplicates of an item that you need, like, let's say I find Tal-Loop, right? Because you and I are both going to need Raiment or Tal-Loop almost as a certainty. Yeah, I'd be happy to fork it over if it's an item that you need. So yeah, just holler. Just let me know if I have a spare. But I mean, that's like later when I get enough boss mats to run them. I can help you gear up your character if you need it. But yeah, so this character I chose to do the Vessel of Hatred campaign. I love doing Vessel of Hatred campaign, or I wouldn't say I love it. It is repetitive. But the reason why I enjoy Vessel of Hatred campaign is that you don't need to have... Like, you can run it with any build. You don't need to be, like, a Hydra Sorcerer, or some other kind of, like, crazy strong build, like, let's say, like, a Minion Necro for leveling. You just need a build that has good mobility, and, you know, decent damage, decent enough damage that you'll eventually be able to clear a boss, and yeah, you can level faster than most people who are running like Helltides, for example, right? So, yeah, that's what I did. Oh, okay, that's a bit. I'm looking at your build from the link you sent. Okay, nice, yeah. Yeah, please. I'm always open to, like, if people have questions and whatnot, please don't be shy. I mean, it gives me something to talk about. I have this on, like, you know, I don't know if you've... I don't know how much of my channel you've seen, but I usually do these sorts of like build guides and whatnot on my channel, and I also do level 1 to Torment 4 gameplay. That's like my whole that's like what my entire, like, all my content is centered around. So yeah, if you need like a pointer or two here and there, I'd be quite happy to, fill you in. Of course, there's plenty of other content creators who also can help you out too, but yeah, even though I'm not as knowledgeable as some of them, I also am easier to reach than other folks who might be playing in like big groups of people or what. So yeah, you get the idea. Just subbed. Oh wow, nice. Okay. Hold up. Lee said, "Can I farm boss with you later?" Which probably not on this run because Lee, what boss do you need? Because my companion druid has boss mats. I think it has boss mats. On my companion druid and my barbarian, I could. Oh shoot! I actually totally forgot to do the whole spinny thing. There we go. Spin. So yeah, with my barbarian and my companion druid, I already reached Torment 4, so I think it's fair for me to just burn those boss mats and run whatever you feel like later. But this Sorcerer specifically, I like to go single player until I make it to Torment 4, and then once I reach Torment 4, then I can run this character with other people. That's usually how I do it. So yeah, what boss were you hoping to run? Because yeah, maybe I can run you through some. Like I do have some boss mats on my other characters. I just can't run with you on this particular character. Is just basically how it goes. Okay. So pit 25 clear. 122.30. No, wait, no. 119, I guess. Pit 25 clear. 9:30 left on the clock. And all 750 item power on all gear. GA and amulet. Honestly, I think this master glyph or legendary node. I feel like this amulet is like hard carrying me. Like 23.6% int is like way better than what I had before for sure. Okay, there we go. So 5J. Oh, I appreciate the sub, man. Thank you. Thank you very much. Yeah, very much appreciated, and yeah, I'll try my best to put out a gameplay that's deserving of your sub. Yeah. Okay, I'm gonna read your other comment in a second. I'm just gonna go grab some water because I reached Torment 2. Every time I make it to a new Torment, I usually like to take like a short break, stretch my legs, grab some water. So I'll be back in like less than half a minute. I just yeah, as is tradition, I always like to do this, set Torment 2, and then now I can go grab some water because it's well deserved. Okay, I'll see you all in under a minute. All right, folks. See, told you I'd make it nice and quick. Okay, so now I'm in Torment 2. Like I've made it to Torment 2. So I can still keep doing whispers on Torment 1, but yeah, I can keep doing the whispers on Torment 1. But now, whenever I complete the whispers, I can set it to Torment 2 just to get rewards from like a higher torment tier. I think that makes a difference. I could test. I tested it last season. That's how it was. If I turn it open on like Torment 1, I get a lot less loot than Torment 2. But maybe they changed it. I don't know. I could like retest it. I guess it wouldn't be too difficult for me to do. Yeah, I can even do it here. I might as well, just to confirm. But yeah. Anyway, 5. You're saying, so what 5J said is that people are talking smack about Barb this season, saying it's the worst in like, sheesh, I love my Thorns build. So, okay, hold on a second though. I actually agree with people, I think. And there's a few reasons for this, okay? First of all, the quickest, easiest place where I can kind of, like, where I go to check where some of the stronger builds are, helltides.gg. I don't know if you've seen helltides.gg. Helltides.gg um, is where people put up their, like, their pit clears, right, with like their strongest builds and whatnot. And right now, Necro is sitting pretty at pit 104 this season, Spiritborn at pit 100, Sorcerer pit 100, Druid at pit 100, and then Barbarian is at 95. I guess that earlier today it was like 81, but then and then now Rogue is at 93. So the reason I'm mentioning that is that Barbarian, at least at the moment, has like a lower clear on the pit than most of the other classes. You know, sans Rogue, right? But in addition, when this, like, before the season went live, all of the patch notes for Barb were L's. Okay, like that's how it was. Like, yeah, you were playing Thorns, which was like a build that not as many people were giving as much attention to, right? So yeah, you got away unscathed. And same thing with my Pure Whirlwind Barb. I used my Pure Whirlwind Barb and got to Torment 4 last night, so that was great. Like, whatever. But when you look at like a lot of the top performers from last season, like let's say like Earthquakes, let's say what other ones were there? So Earthquake was a top performer, like Petquake, I guess. There was like anything to do with Overpower, right? Like it was mostly Earthquakes, but yeah, maybe there were like, let's say like Mighty Throw, Overpower Mighty Throw or something like that, right? Would be like second to that, I believe. And there were probably a few other builds, and all of them were dependent on Overpower. And what Blizzard went and did was they nerfed Earthquakes, they nerfed oh, okay, I'm actually done here. Okay, let me go back to town and turn in my whispers. Sorry. So they nerfed like a lot of the, like pretty much all of the strongest sort of builds that Barb had. So I can't really fault people for being all doom and gloom about Barb. Because yeah, like any build that was associated with Overpower, and there were a lot of Barb builds that were reliant on Overpower, got shafted. Overpower, sorry, um, Heavy Hitter, which here, let me take a look at this real quick. Oh no, I'm not playing Barb anymore. I just realized. So Heavy Hitter, I think, which was for Ultimates, Dust Devils, and Earthquakes, that took a huge nerf. It was like a 33% nerf or something like that, right? Yeah, it's like it went from like 15% per rank to like 10% per rank. So that's a pretty big difference. And then I think that they like capped a lot of the scaling on Earthquakes, Dust Devils, and I think a number of the other things they had, right? But I think those are the main ones. So now, yeah, like a lot of other bar builds can shine, but relative to other classes, they are generally considered weaker. So it makes sense. And it's not, again, this, I'm not saying this from a point of hate towards the barb. I don't particularly hate any classes anymore. I used to. But this is just from a point of like, I completely understand where people are coming from when they say that barb is not in a very good state right now. So yeah, you get the idea. So 75. So I'm gonna test this right now. So 75 million. Like, are the rewards different from Torment tiers? So two-handed cash got me from 75 million. This is on Torment 1. I'm actually gonna write this down on my notes real quick. Two-handed cash Torment 1, two-handed cash gave me brought me from 75 million to 77.3 million. And I also got +3 malignant hearts. Okay, so that was from my Torment 1. Like opening it up here. Now if I move over to Torment 2, I'm still looking for those aspects, like the glacial aspect. So now, okay. Now I'm gonna do Torment 2. Or, I mean, I'm gonna turn in my Renown, or the Whisper stuff on Torment 2 on the next one, and I'll see how much more I get out of it. And if it's a noticeable difference, then I think it's safe to say that, yeah, there's, you're getting more as the torment tiers progress. Like, if you open up the cache in a higher torment tier, then I actually get more out of it, right? I just want to confirm that, just double check. I'm pretty sure that's how it works. Like, yeah, that's how I imagine it works, but yeah, you get the idea. It's important for me to do this. I need more malignant hearts after all. And like, it's kind of like, if I'm already turning in all these reward, like all these, like, oh, hey, there's this stupid goblin here. I'm gonna clear this and grab the bag of obols. Nice. So that's another one that I can open up later. So the way this all works, right? I'm taking all this time to farm whispers, and if for every set of whispers I turn in, I get like 3 hearts versus 6 hearts, then why wouldn't I do the one which gives me 6 hearts, right? So that's kind of why I'm trying to test this and make sure that there's no difference. Otherwise, if there is no difference, then I should just stick to Torment 1, because then I don't have to keep eating up my portal. I don't have to keep switching torments. It is kind of annoying to have to migrate from one torment to the next. So it'd be nice to not have to keep switching. It's true. Okay. So while I do this, what? Okay, so Lee Burgess said, Urivar boss, I need to go grind. I have Judicator masks. Actually, wait, what do you need from Urivar specifically, though? Well, what unique do you even need from Urivar?
You saved my life.
So later tonight, when we get back on, we do boss grinding. Well, I'm going to be playing for about another hour, and then I'm going to hop off. Probably not even an hour. I will be back later tonight, but I just don't know when. If I'm on when you're on, yeah, let's do a couple Urivar runs. And in fact, I'll tell you what. I might even just toss you my Urivar mats. I'm not even kidding. I don't need, like, I don't care to run Urivar. You need it probably more than I do. Or, you know what, actually, it doesn't make any sense. I'll run Urivar with you just so that if I find whatever unique you're looking for, I can just give it to you. Yeah, why don't I do that? That would make the most sense, right? Anyway, yeah, but Thorns is good, though. I mean, Thorns is still pretty solid. Like, in the PTR, I played Thorns, and it got by just fine. I thought it was going to be a lot tougher, but it's not. And then they just buffed, like... It's funny because they buffed my Thorns build, or they buffed my Whirlwind Barb in a number of ways, and in a way they also buffed Thorns. So even just something like Jagged Bramble, is that what it's called? Jagged Bramble? The one that converts my... Yeah, here we go, Jagged Bramble. Damage from a Catalyst has up to a 50% chance to deal percentage Thorns, right? Like, in the PTR, it was weaker, and the Catalyst, or the Herodic powers themselves, like the Catalyst damage was weaker, but now they've buffed it. In the previous season, when I was playing my... in the previous season, when I played my Thorns Barb, or in the PTR, when I played my Thorns Barb, it... Okay, hold on a second. I'm like doing too many things at once. Okay, first of all, Tortured Gift of Mysteries. I don't know where the Hellborn spawn is. Oh, there you go. There's the Hellborn. I'm gonna maybe go and kill that Hellborn. It should be quick and easy, and I should get some loot out of it. Should have saved them for when I will hit the Hellborn, but whatever. I think I can still kill it pretty quickly. Anyway, so last season, I played Thorns Barbarian. I don't know if you saw, I made like a build guide. I actually made a build guide. I made a build guide for Thorns Barbarian this season and last season. And when I did my build guide last season, right, I was relying on the boss power, the main boss power, to do the damage to bosses. Harbinger of Hatred, specifically. So I was relying on that to do damage to bosses, while I was using my own Thorns damage to kill big packs. That's how I divided up my damage. And that worked out really nicely for me. But I don't know... Like, you know, your mileage may vary, right? I don't know if it's like that for you too. I don't know how your Thorns Barb works, and I don't know, like, I haven't actually played Thorns Barb on the live season, but I know at the very least that it would be stronger on live than it is in the PTR. And the other thing too about the PTR is that all the monsters in the PTR were stronger than they are in the live season, because they said that they reduced the monster health of the pit scaling, probably to help compensate for the overpower nerfs, I'm guessing. So with that in mind, right? Since they adjusted the pit scaling, my Thorns Barb, which was already plenty capable of handling its own in the pit, in the PTR, or during the PTR, should be even better now. And of course, with the Herodic Strong Rooms, and it's like so much easier to get Obdicite. I have almost 5,000 Obdicite, and that's just because I was like farming powers. Yeah, I wasn't even trying to get Obdicite, and I had like over 5,000 at one point, right? Or I've accumulated well over 5,000 Obdicite by this point in the season across my different characters. So yeah, Thorns Barb is pretty strong. You need GA Lightbringer from him? Okay. I mean, we could run him. I'll try to get you a. I'll burn some of my mats and try to get you a Lightbringer too, but like a GA Lightbringer. But oh, hold on a second. Let me. There we go. Send my. Send my anomalies at him. There we go. So that's good. Ultimate efficiency, still not quite what I'm looking for. I'm just looking for glacial aspect. That's it. Once I get glacial aspect, I can actually properly play ice spikes, blizzard sorcerer. There are some Venus motes here, but I'll do it in order, except for this one, since I'm already really close to capping out. So I'm gonna cap this out. That should be fine. But yeah, I don't blame people for not taking too kindly to Barb this season because of the overwhelming amount of nerfs that they received. That's like, it's understandable that people would feel that way. Heck, I wouldn't say I felt that way because I wasn't playing any of the Barb build. Wow, that was fast. I wasn't playing any of the Barb builds that got nerfed, so that's fine. But yeah, understandable that people feel that way. Anyway, but going back to this discussion about Sorcerer, though, yeah, like, I'm gonna try to see how quickly I can make it into Torment 4, right? But again, I'm kind of like limiting myself or I'm kind of trying to pace myself with regards to the Paragon points I have, just so that I'm not just like telling you, hey, yeah, just reach Paragon 150 and then you're good. Although, truth be told, I do think that Paragon, even like Paragon 100, is a perfectly achievable milestone for people within like 4 or 5 hours of gameplay. And Paragon 167 now, even like I've been playing like the last, more than 48, like not 48 hours straight, right? But I've been playing a lot of Diablo since the season launched. And the thing is, okay. Yeah, I've been playing a lot of Diablo since the season launched, and I'm already Paragon like 167, and that's despite the fact that I've had to make 3 different characters, and I was doing that all entirely on my own, right? Like, I wasn't getting boosted by other people or anything like that. So, yeah. Lee also said, how do you get lots of masks? I just got 12 of them. To be honest, I actually don't know how you really get Urivar's masks. That one I'm not so sure about. Okay, hold on a second. So select difficulty, set it to Torment 2, and yeah, let's see if there's a noticeable increase in the rewards here. Collection of helms or rings. I'm gonna do rings because there's a chance that I can get Tal Loop out of it. Hey, 2 GA ring, that's not bad, but largely useless for this build. I actually didn't really take a look at how much... I actually didn't write down how much gold I had before I opened this. Whoops. I mean, if I go back just a little bit, I'm sure I opened my... I'm sure I actually showed how much gold I had. I had 77 million. This is a little odd. I actually expected to get a little bit more than this. Even though this is like Torment 2 and all. And I got 4 Malignant Hearts, so slightly more than before, but not nearly as much as I was expecting. Oh, there we go. So I had 78 million. I went from 78 million to 81 million. So 81 million here. So 78.0 ring cash. 78.0 million to 81.0. Or I'll just put 80.9, sure. Oh, 81.0 is easier to read. Okay, cool. So I went from getting 2.3 million out of that cash to 3 million from this cash. That oh, and 4 hearts. So it actually does make a slight difference. Um, from Torment 1 to Torment 2. This also kind of means that I should actually push for Torment 3 in a way, perhaps, but yeah, I'll sort that out a little later. Ooh, this is a great... Hey, wait, this is Glacial Aspect! This is what I've been looking for the whole time. This is so bizarre, though. So it's on a 2GA ring. Originally, my plan was to salvage a Glacial Aspect item and then to slap it on my weapon to get the most amount of damage out of this, like, base damage on the ice spikes. But it looks to me like, I mean, it's on like a GA ring that I can actually use though, so I'm actually probably going to just leave it as is for now, and then just temper it and um, maybe masterwork it until I get Blue Rose. Because yeah, like, you know, this is a really good find for sure. Oh, here it is. I mean, this is Frozen Tundra. It's one of the other ice spike aspects. This one I don't prioritize as much. It's got 50% increased radius. I actually wanted Frozen Wake. Frozen Wake gives more damage on ice spikes, but this is okay too, I guess. I don't know if I would use it though, I admit. That's awesome. Yeah, no, it's solid. Nice, like, multi-GA ring. I would put in a Scattered Prism, or I'd burn a Scattered Prism for that for now. I don't even need to bother rolling off any of the aspects. It's already great out of the box. And honestly, I don't know if it would be possible to, like, kit out on vulnerable damage at all. Damage to burning. Do I care about damage to burning at all? No, I don't think I do. Let me try vulnerable damage. I don't think there's one for ice spikes, right? Yeah. Yeah, maybe I do either crit strike damage or vulnerable damage. I'll do vulnerable this time. Yeah, let's do vulnerable damage. Let's see if I can roll for that. And here I'll do, again, like, resource cost reduction. First try, nice. Vulnerable damage, good. And then, yeah, I think this is worth masterworking. For the time being. I'm loaded on masterworking materials. I mean, I could pry open... There's, like, so many ways I can get Obdicite. I could get it from the Mercenary, I can get it from the Reputation Cache, whatever. I don't think anyone's gonna really be too upset about me masterworking this, because I evidently have plenty of materials to do so, that I could have worked for on this character, without a doubt. So, I'll put this on, in place of... Well, I need to remove one of these. I think I'd actually rather get rid of this one. Yeah, I kind of value resource cost reduction more in this case. Okay, so what are my resistances like now? I'm gonna have to rework my stuff a little bit. I do lose out on a bit of shadow resistance though. That's the trade-off. So I'm gonna need to figure that out a little bit. One's poison resist. Maybe my poison resist is overcapped now. Might be. I mean, cold. There. So now my shadow resistance is down a little bit, but that's okay. I probably will never be switching back to this. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be switching back to this anytime soon. I'm going to salvage this for now, but Edge Masters... maybe even... I don't think I would be switching out for... Oh, wow. Oh, yeah, I still have this GA ring. Max life, attack speed. Okay, let me salvage these. I'm not going to switch out from my existing ring. Like, I'm not going to waste my time there. Okay. And then I think, I want to put on Edge Masters instead. Here. Edge Masters in this ring is okay. On my weapon, I'm running Conceited. Conceited is fine. Conceited is fine because... okay, this one I don't like, though. I'll replace this one with Inner Calm. Conceited is fine because it's a higher roll than Inner Calm, and I'm always barriered, so it's basically a 60% multiplicative damage boost. Yeah, Blizzard Sorcerer, that's what I like to see. Yeah, man, it's Blizzard Sorcerer. It was either this or Dance of Nizro, and I ran with Blizzard Sorcerer. Yeah, I just felt it would be, be okay. Venus Motes. Oh, yeah, right. Okay, so... Oh, these ones are ending too. Yeah, these are the Nahantu Whispers. I'd like to do the Nahantu Whispers, real quick before they end. Yeah.
This
Dark
is
is that.
fine.
Oh, I'm glad that I've done Ketchuk. This is convenient that I'm actually like right next to it. So just looking at what else. Kovashad, Ked Bardu. Okay. I'm gonna turn in some whispers here. That's good. How are you doing, by the way? I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. How are things with you, David? So, yeah, I finally got on Blizzard. Oh, and the thing is, too, I don't know if you saw, but I just pulled the beauty, out of the Torment 2 Whisper Cache. So, I think now I should be doing a lot more damage than before. Blizzard spawning ice spikes periodically. Yeah, 68k. I think that... I have to take a look, but I think that's my ice spikes here. Yeah, like every now and then... Like right now, if I hit them, I consistently do like, my damage ticks are like 2k. And then I hit them for 27.8k, right? That's ice spikes. So it's like night and day difference. Like unlocking this aspect, it's kind of like the equivalent of getting like a ring of Mendelin on a minion Necro. It just suddenly like, it's like a massive, massive power spike. It's the difference between doing 10k or 1k damage versus 35k damage, which I don't like the way they balanced it. That just makes no sense to me. But that's how they've balanced it. So I'm doing like 30 times the amount of damage I was doing before. So now I just need to pump up ice spikes and I'm ready to get going here. Oh, yeah, yeah, I was too busy fawning over the damage on this, but I should be trying to invoke these rituals. 2 minutes I have here to wrap this up. So, yeah. Okay. And I just need to open up one more, and I also need the Venus Motes. Maybe I'll open up this corpse just so I can get more Venus Motes, unless... yeah, I need to harvest anyway, so this is good. Got a soft spot for my Blizzard for my D3 days playing. Well, yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people really enjoy Blizzard. And to be honest, like, originally I was, like, interested in playing Hydra this season because I've run Hydra a few times in the past, and Hydra is really enjoyable to play. But I also know that, well, everyone's playing Hydra this season, so I didn't want to just play another character that everybody else is already playing, right? Hence why I decided to switch and play Blizzard, so for better or for worse, that's how it goes. Okay, I'm gonna hit this. That triggers the monsters spawn. Well, I should just clear them. I want to be greedy and like clear all of them, but I don't think I'll make it, actually. Can I make it to the other one? That would be nice if I could, but no, I don't think I can. I have to like loop all the way around to all of these ritual sites. It's so dumb. They're so far away. Why do they have to be so far away? No, if I wasn't looking at my ice spikes damage, I actually think I could have made it, but no, I'm not gonna make it. Oh no, I just needed like 5 more seconds. That's so sad. Anyway, it's all good. I guess all this just means is I can go elsewhere to finish this. Wasn't there also like a boss whisper somewhere? I think there was. I think I missed out on that. I missed out on a lot of whispers because I was like doing testing, but well, I mean, it is valuable information, I guess, what I was like testing earlier. And also reaching Torment 2 was indeed a priority for me. I can just send all these. Oh, I guess not. Yeah, see, 14.9k, 66.6k, 73, like 90.3k. Like, these ice spikes are just night and day difference. So, which also means now I need to start pumping up my crit strike chance too. But even without it, it's still pretty good. Hey, ranks to glass cannon, although I already have this amulet, which I think is way better. To know if 5J is still here, but I feel that's justified regarding Barb nerfs. No, I completely agree. I'm a Barb main, and this is one of the few seasons I refuse to play it, understandably. Although, somebody did clear a Pit 95 with one of the I don't know which Barb build it is. I think it's Lunging Strike, but I think Lunging Strike did clear a Pit 95. So yeah. I need a loyalties mantle for my Thorns Spiritborn for the cooldown reduction. You're saying? Okay, that's cool. The other friend gonna hook me up with one later. Nice. Okay. Well, you have fun with that. Loyalties mantle. Yeah, I'm so used to like every time I play Spiritborn, I usually am so committed to what was that item called? Harmony of Ebawaka that I actually don't pay too much attention to a lot of the other options, which I should pay more attention, but yeah, that's how it is for me. 80.1 million, and then a greater cash brought me to 80.1 to 85.8. Torment to greater gloves cash. 81.0 million to 85.8 million, or 85.9 million. Now let's put 85.8. Sure. And then plus 4 malignant hearts. The takeaway, torment or higher torment equals better whisper rewards. Okay, higher turning in on higher torment is better whisper rewards. I wonder if that's the case for normal penitent too. But anyway, level going, good man. You currently Paragon 75 into Torment 2. Nice, nice. Speaking of Paragon, that reminds me. Oh, I did get Flame Feeder. I wonder if I still want to use Flame Feeder. Originally, I was planning to use Flame Feeder because Flame Feeder glyph. Let me see here. Yeah, it does increased damage to burning targets, and if I use my if I use the Fire Infusion, then I have a way to apply burning to monsters. But yeah, I might try to readjust that and try to prioritize vulnerable damage instead. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to see. Crit strike chance. That's another thing too. I am pretty low on crit strike chance at the moment. I don't think I have a single thing that really relies on crit strike chance, which is why all the damage numbers are white on my ice spikes. But I'd like to change that. So lucky hit. That's another thing too. I have a set of gloves here with plus ranks to core skills, but I don't know if the core skill damage actually helps my ice spikes. I mean, there's a way to test that, but I don't know if I'm like a little lazy, if I'm being honest. Here. My gloves right now are set to max life. That's what I was prioritizing, but now I actually would prefer crit strike chance. Same thing with yeah, I'll leave this as movement speed for now, but definitely need like more sources of crit strike chance if possible. And then I also have one other issue here. I think now that I'm in Torment, I think it would be fair to actually start putting in some more Paragon points, right? Still need to get the new Bala Bala pants, as Paragaming calls them. Oh yeah, right, the one for Thorns, right? Yeah, understandable. I just gave up. I just call them the Thorns pants. I don't even bother trying to say them out loud. It feels sort of pointless. But anyway, so I'm gonna try and start working my way up to the other Paragon boards. So this is damage reduction and resistance to all elements. I'll take that for now. And then I think it goes like this, and it would be Icefall. Icefall board, and when it says here, it says your frost skills deal increased damage. When it says frost skills, I don't know if that includes ice spikes. I'd like to think that it does, but I'm not actually entirely sure. Yeah, actually, there's an easy way to test that. Yeah, there's actually a really easy way to test that. So I'm actually gonna do it right. I might even do it right now. It'd be nice to know firsthand. Okay, so this is where I am at right now. This is 79 Paragon points is the equivalent of Paragon level 50. So I think, again, that's still pretty reasonable to expect that somebody could achieve that once they reach Torment 2, right? I'm not going to be a sheep when I play Sorcerer and play Hydra like everyone else. Yeah, I know. You know, it's funny because there were other people who were saying something similar in the comment section of my videos. There were some people who said that they want to play a sorcerer, but they have no intention of. They want to play a sorcerer, but they have no intention of going Hydra since that's what everyone's playing. And I completely understand it. Like, why play the same thing that every other person is going, right? So I see that there's a number of people who are opting to play, who wanted to play like Blizzard instead, or well, no one asked for Ball Lightning, but last time I think a few people were asking about Ball Lightning. So I'm gonna stand still right here. Actually, no. Let me set it to a boss training dummy, and I need the timer here. World boss in 2 minutes, by the way. World boss in 2 minutes. Actually, you know what? Let me do the test after I do the world boss. I think that would be the way to go here. I think world boss does give some boss mats and whatnot too, so that would be kind of nice to get in on. I'll set it on Torment 1. I still, like, maybe there will be other people running the world boss. It's a very real possibility, but I don't... last time I tried to run the world boss with, you know, on like Torment 2, there was like no one there, so I'm not gonna risk it. I'm just gonna go for it. Might as well unlock a new waypoint on the way in, and that should be fine. So I'm gonna run the world boss first, and then I'm gonna have a chance to like hit up the timer and see how long it takes with and without Icefall. Yeah, like I'm gonna use just my... Like, yeah, I have a weapon that, like, it would boost my blizzard damage, but the vast majority of my damage is coming from ice spikes anyway, so I feel like the blizzard damage is pretty negligible at this point. It's too bad, really. I wish that like ice spikes were an augment to blizzard, and that blizzard is not just ice spikes. They've kind of taken the liberty of, like, for the barbarian, right? Earthquakes and dust devils were very dominant, and those have been like toned down a bit. And I kind of wish that like, so that core skills could shine a little bit more, but I wish that they'd also buff the core skills to compensate, right? And I kind of wish that they'd also give Sorcerer a similar treatment. You're gonna play Blizzard. Yeah, you played Frozen Orb Lightning Spear last season. Nice. Got as far as pit 82 before last season ended. So, for me, the two builds I'm playing on Sorcerer, or I'm gonna try to, like, make and do build guides for, the first one is Blizzard, and the second one is Ball Lightning, actually. So I'm gonna make a Ball Lightning Sorcerer after this one, but I'm not gonna go like level 1 all the way to Torment 4 with Ball Lightning. I'm just gonna make the Torment 4 version. Right? David, the Sorcerer Chain Lightning build would be good. Yeah, Sorcerer Chain Lightning. I heard a few people who expressed the intent, their intent to play Chain Lightning. Yeah. You'll play Barb again in Season 10, fair enough. I don't know what they're going to announce, though, for Season 10. Who knows? Maybe they nerf Barb even harder. That would be a bit of a bummer, wouldn't it? And probably wouldn't want to play Barb then. And I wouldn't want to play Barb either. Actually, David, you weren't here yesterday, were you? Because I kind of wanted to show you the ridiculous trick that I used to level quickly. I mean, I wouldn't say to level quickly, but I used Vessel of Hatred campaign as my leveling method, but then there was a certain way that I did it. And I kind of wanted to show it off for anyone who might not have seen it. Yeah, he's gonna go down pretty quickly, or Shava will go down pretty quickly. Let me finish this boss. You were here yesterday? Oh, okay. Like during the nighttime stream when I actually started this guy, right? Yeah, sorry, I don't remember. I shouldn't remember, but like I know Lee wasn't here. It was like way too late, but that's fine. Like it was a pretty quiet stream, unusually quiet, but you know, it's okay. At the end of the day, I was really just going through the campaign. I was tired. I don't know if people could tell, but I was so exhausted while I was playing. Like, I mean, that's what happens when you're like grinding nonstop with like very little sleep. I was actually very relieved that I finished at 5 like I actually finished like 5 a.m. because the previous run before that I finished at like 8 a.m. and that was like way worse like the following day. Or I felt way worse like yesterday than I do today. Right. All right. All right, folks. I gotta. I'm actually not gonna be playing for too much longer, though. I should point out I gotta dip in a little bit, but I'll be back later tonight, probably, in 4 or 5 hours, I guess. Yeah, we'll have to see. David was here yesterday. You power level. Yeah, but that was like yesterday afternoon. No, I'm talking about like when I started this character and went level 1 to 60. I ended the stream yesterday and then I came back later that night and then I continued streaming. So I don't know if you were here to see that at all. Okay, Tribute of Harmony, Kur Rune, Neo Rune. Oh, nice. This is actually great. Avoid health damage while fighting for 2 seconds. Because I pretty much always have barrier from Earth and Bulwark and just like all the barrier modifiers I'm getting. So this is another option I could run on this build, I guess. Okay, my first ancestral stat. Wow, this is great. This is huge. Like a GA intelligence staff, and they also put damage over time as the modifier. If I were still running Blizzard, then this would be good, but I want to sub out damage over time for either resource cost reduction or vulnerable damage. I'm kind of tempted to do vulnerable damage so I can make a double dip with the Glacial Nimbus modifier here. But yeah, so that's that. Critical strike chance and resistance to all elements. I mean, I could run that, but care to do so. Forge of Malice, Nightmare, Sigil. And yeah. And I think Woody was playing that earlier. I only had a brief look, can't quite remember. Oh, you're talking about next class going to be Rogue Flurry, I see. Yeah, I was playing that earlier. I seen someone playing here. Penetrating shot looks kind of nutty. Yeah, it does. Watch guy playing Rogue Flurry. He was one-shotting everything. Nice. Yeah, I wanted to play Rogue Flurry myself. Like, that was one that I was interested in. But I know, like, me personally, I want to do Dance of Knives just because, well, I think that there will be people looking for a build guide on Dance of Knives. I mean, I can go search it up and see if people have already done one, but I don't think so. Not yet, anyway. I like to do it. Anyway, so I'm gonna go to Kyovashad, Big K, and I also need to run some Whispers there too in a little bit, but I would like to test the damage so I can find out for sure how I should really build my character in this case. Right, that's #1 priority right now because there's a number of modifiers that I actually don't know if they work or don't work with the skill itself. So, actually, before anything else, I actually salvaged my old ring, I think, didn't I? So just to kind of get a feel for the difference in damage with and without ice spikes, right? So, let me set it to, oh, well, I mean, I guess this is easy enough to find out. So this is my damage on Blizzard. Okay, this is actually pretty bad. I gotta set it to Torment too. Otherwise, we really can't tell the difference. And I'm also gonna need to push for Torment 3. Because I think Torment 3 will buff up the rewards I get there too, right? Alright, so I'm gonna start this off here. So how do I need a timer? Okay, stopwatch. Alright, here we go. So I'm gonna start it. Oh, this is a regular training dummy. Let me get the boss training dummy. And let me also take off the this thing here real quick. Okay, boss training dummy. So this is all purely my damage. Okay, 3, 2, 1. So this is with Blizzard, right? You folks can see this is just pure Blizzard, just me spamming it. I eventually run out of mana. That's something I need to fix too. There's got to be a way to make it so that I don't run out of mana as quickly. Maybe I use the Lum Rune somewhere. Oh, against bosses it's pretty weak because I'm gaining mana off of when I apply crowd control or, well, yeah, off of crowd control. I'm gonna need to adjust the rune for that, but that's okay. I'll do that. Like, I'll sort that out separately, or I can even sort it out now in a moment. Okay, there. 46 seconds, right? Now if I reset it, but I put this instead. Hold on. Let me just. Okay, I don't even know if I need to time it, but 46 seconds. Here we go. Now, I'm just waiting for the ice spikes to show up. Yeah, it's incomparably faster, right? Hey, look at that. Oop. Yeah, more ice spikes showing up. See, like, it's not even a contest. This is the difference between having ice spikes versus not having ice spikes. Yeah, here, let me actually just write that in. So, glacial aspect. Well, I'm gonna put GA glacial aspect. On training dummy. Brings time from. Well, granted, I was kind of gated on mana too. 46 seconds down to 15 seconds. So, yeah, like, it's not even a question here. I need to have glacial aspect, and I need to. Oh wait, no, that's not even what I was testing in the first place. Hold on a second. So it was actually supposed to be icefall aspect. That's what it was. So with icefall versus without it. I already tested it with icefall. Now I'm gonna test it without icefall, and in theory, because my previous run was 16 seconds, right? So without icefall, if without icefall, it should be a little bit slower. So I'm gonna try this again. Where's my timer? 15 seconds. Okay, here we go. And start. Okay, 15 seconds again. Alright, so 1572, well, yeah, it's like roughly the same. Okay, here. I'm gonna do 3 tries. So this is with Icefall aspect, right? It's actually probably better if I test this against the boss, but... Yeah. Yeah, here, let me make some adjustments here then. Avoid health damage while fighting. Oh. Restore 140 primary resource every 2 seconds. Is that what that means? I think it is. So let me reset and let's start this again from the beginning. This time without being gated on resource. So I'm gonna start the timer here. And this way my resource isn't being drained out. Periodically spawns ice spikes. Okay, there. 17.4 seconds. Alright, 17.4. Was this with or without Icefall? This is without Icefall. 17.4 seconds. I actually am surprised I didn't test this. I guess I didn't think to before the season started. That's part of the issue. Okay, so... Nope. What are you doing? Okay, so... Where was it? Oh, I actually have enough to spawn some Barshan. I've actually farmed quite a bit. Okay... It was the Paragon board. Icefall. Okay, there we go. So... let me go get the... Alright, ready to start timing it in a second. Oh, lit him on fire, though. This Subo actually caused me some problems because when Subo lights him on fire, I actually do 30% more damage because of his Molotov. I might have to disable that actually and redo it. Okay, so that was like 14 seconds. So there, with just this first run, there does seem to be a bit of a difference. But again, maybe it's to do with Subo having some hand in this. Killing an enemy. Yeah, okay, so I don't, like, he doesn't do any damage aside from this. So I'm gonna test the training dummy again one more time. Okay. This is just double checking with Icefall glyph, right? Okay. There. And get ready to just... Okay, there. 12.6 seconds. This was with Icefall. 12.6 seconds with Icefall. Or this is with Icefall. Without Icefall. Let me try this. Without Icefall. And reset. And begin. Oh shoot, I messed up. Start the timer properly. Wow, this blizzard actually takes forever to finish. Okay. Here we go. There. And now I'm just gonna keep spamming. Okay. 15 seconds. So far 14.9 seconds. So far, yeah, it seems to be a 30% increase. So going into this, I think that when I go into Torment, I can test just again to just double check and verify. But at least it gives me some guideline to go with. And I still have 7 minutes to clear these whispers. But yeah, this is very invaluable information.
People
Training
are
dummy.
not fond of people.
T2 training dummy. Okay. Good. So that helps. That's good to know. So Icefall might actually be relevant for this because part of it's kind of important too to know how much damage Blizzard is doing relative to Ice Spikes because if Blizzard if Blizzard is actually doing a meaningful amount of damage, right, then adding Icefall aspect might be pumping out or pumping up Blizzard's damage like high enough to the point where it's the reason why, like, my Blizzard base damage could be the reason why I'm doing a lot more. Okay, I'm trying to figure out how best to explain this. So, right now, if my Blizzard and my Ice Spikes were doing roughly the same amount of damage, and I put on Icefall aspect, then it would actually be worthwhile just, like, you'd see a noticeable difference just from the, change to the Blizzard's damage alone. But, given the discrepancy... Oh, I actually broke through a barrier here. I could use Mind's Awakening. I really would like Mind's Awakening. That would, help me a bit here. There. But yeah, so far though, it looks to me like Blizzard is not doing nearly as much damage as like the base damage on Blizzard isn't as strong as everything else, right? Blizzard has pretty much remained in same tier as last season, which I don't mind. It kind of has, yeah. I don't like the way it's designed where, you know, once you get Ice Spikes, then suddenly you're doing like 10 times the amount of damage as compared to before, right? But yeah, that's apparently how it is right now, and I mean, I gotta work within the within those boundaries. That's just how it goes. Clear the Velkova in. Okay, I'm gonna run this one. This should be pretty quick. And as a matter of fact, let me put this on. This will give me a chance. This will give me a chance to show you my little trick for leveling, David, because this actually works for everything else too. Okay. So I'm gonna show you this. I can teleport, and then now I can do this with my floaty bauble, and I can just bypass all of the, you know, I don't have to walk. I can just infinitely teleport. It's like, it's actually better than Sorcerer Evade. But again, like, you need to, there's like a certain way you need to prep it. You can't just, I mean, it does take a little bit of effort to set up, but still, the fact that this is an option is kind of nuts. Um, yeah, pretty handy. Pretty handy trick, I do have to say. Yeah, or you can call it bug abuse, because it's probably not intended, an intended mechanic, but, I mean, who knows, right? Like, this is something that was present in the PTR. They didn't bother to fix it, and, you know, who knows if this is intended or not. Maybe they didn't want, like, they nerfed, propulsion, which was, like, doing infinite resets, but, maybe they wanted this power to be used in this way. I don't know. Probably not, though. It's just because of the nature of the anomalies. They need to explode on something before they go on cooldown. Oh, no, almost. So that's for... Oh, this operates. Oh, this is Torment 2! Oh, shoot, no wonder this is, taking so long. I was wondering. Probably the main reason why I can even handle on Torment 2, though, is because of the, Color of the Eternal Bond. Is because of my Ice Spikes aspect. Look at that, Speed Farmer right here. Hope they don't nerf Nightmare Dungeon Seeds because the best Nightmare Dungeons we've had in a while. I can understand that perspective. I think that the one Nightmare Dungeon that deserves to be good, though, is the like the XP Nightmare Sigils. I loved how they were in the PTR, and I wish they'd kept it like that, because that was actually really cool, really enjoyable. Maybe not that crazy, but definitely not as like weak as it is now. Like right now, if I run an XP Sigil, I get like 9k per orb, which is like nothing. That's like worthless. Completely worthless. Anyway, yeah, at least I was able to clear this. Anyway, yeah. Anyone who's watching, hopefully, you know, maybe you can incorporate that in your own gameplay. Okay. I can only play for another 10 minutes, and then I will have to head out. So, yeah. Just gonna... Yeah, I can play for 10 minutes, and then I gotta go. So, yeah, let's make these 10 minutes count while we're still here. I guess I'll have to save my pushing for Torment 3 until later. This is probably where I, like, either do one-handed weapons or rings. In this case, because if I do one-handed weapons, I have more chances at Glacial, but if I do more rings, I have more chances at Tal Loop. So I should do collection of rings first, I think, in this case. Malignant Heart. I only got 2. I didn't actually check how many I had before and after, but Torment to Ring Cache. Led me from 88.5 million to 88.9 million. So that was like what, 3.1 million, I guess, more or less. I got +2 Malignant Hearts. I only got 2 Malignant Hearts, despite the fact that this was Torment 2, interestingly enough. I have to get ready for work. You're streaming later tonight. Oh yeah, I will be on later tonight. Don't you worry. I'm nowhere near done yet. I'm just getting started, man. If you're gonna be there for that, then great. I'll be very happy to have you. But otherwise, yeah, I guess I'll catch you. Well, I'll catch you soon then. Okay. So I was gonna test like Icefall and Torment 3, but what else can I do for the time being? Oh, right. I'm almost done with the Malignant Hearts. Let me turn in a couple more favors real quick. Oh, Grigwar. Let me run Grigwar. Why don't I do that? How long would that take, though? I actually think that probably will take me a while to clear Grigwar, but... And I should also probably replace my weapon with the Ancestral one I have here. Let me actually check how... Actually, I do have my I do have my anomalies. Maybe I can just detonate my anomalies on him if it comes down to it. We'll see. Okay, let me see how long this takes. Alright. He's killable. Oh yeah, he's definitely killable. It'll just take time. Ow. Just takes time, that's it. Oh. Oh, shoot. He actually almost knocked me right back into the kill zone. Let me just activate this now rather than later while I wait for this all to end. Oh. I need to do a segment on, you know, before I do my build guide, I need to actually test, like, which things work or don't. Oh, no. That almost killed me. Oh, there we go. At least I don't have to deal with his mechanics for a second. I might be able to kill him here. There, good. Okay, cool. I got the Whisper out of that, at least. That didn't even take that long. Alright, Grigwar's Horde. You have, wait, no. What time are you gonna be on tonight? In about 5 hours, probably, I should be on. Because once you get on tonight, I'll be getting on with you, so we do boss runs. Sounds good. You have good budget build, wow. Well, it's, yeah, thanks, man. I mean, it's just ice spikes. That's really it. There's not really anything special about what I'm doing. It's just because ice spikes itself is ridiculously strong. Hey, does anybody, does anybody ring chain lightning? I do have, chain lightning here. Axial conduit. That's like the chain lightning pants, right? In case anyone needs that at all. And I can just run one more Whisper. One more Whisper. Kurast Undercity, I could run that if I wanted to, but Kurast Undercity does take a bit. What do I have for tributes? I have 3 rune tributes. I don't want that. I don't really care to do that. What's the easiest one that I can hit? I could do the world boss. Complete events. That one takes way too long. I guess I could just do this one. Sure. That's like the fastest one I can think of to do. It should take me about a minute. So the reason I'm doing this is because I just want to farm like a couple more Malignant Hearts, and then I'm just gonna go take on Varshan. Once I take on Varshan, I think I should be in a much better spot. And then the next time I stream, I can actually start testing a little bit of everything. So I know how to better build this character. I don't know, I didn't think to test all this before the Blizzard Sorcerer. I guess there was just too much going on. Wait a second, what am I doing? Why am I bothering dealing with this guy? This is a waste of time. It's not even tied to a Whisper. I'm only here for Whispers, nothing else. I gotta keep my eyes on the prize. Ow. He actually followed me all the way to the ritual site. Okay, cool. Nice GG. Yeah. Yeah. So I had to wait here for another... Wait. Unique chest armor? No way that I got raiment from... No, it's just a razor plate. I thought it was raiment, but it's not. That would have been maybe a little too... That would have been too good. There. Detonated the boss here. I mean, if he's gonna walk up to me, then why not, right? Okay. Do I have any PvP seeds? I have like a little bit of red dust. Living steel. I could do another Grigwar run later, I guess. If maybe like a Whisper gets attached to him. How about Mind's Awakening? No Mind's Awakening? Oh, that's too bad. Okay, that's the end of that. I can go back to town now. Back to Karagar. And turn all this in, get Whispers, or get these Malignant Hearts. And then I'm gonna go do 2 Varshan runs. And that's it. Then I'm gonna stop the stream and probably continue the recording later. Greater collection of dungeon keys. Yes, do I really need more dungeon keys though? I mean, I have all the dungeon keys that I would ever want, except for maybe tributes. Yeah, greater collection of boots might have even been better. Because greater collection of boots could give me Mind's Awakening, but I always have plenty of chances to get more like Mind's Awakening. Like I'll eventually find that, I'm sure. Hold on. Where's Mind's Awakening? Oh, I already have Mind's Awakening. What? I mean, yeah, I guess I unlocked Mind's Awakening. I just forgot about it or didn't notice, but yeah, I already have Mind's Awakening. If that's the case, I should just toss it on my boots. And I got Tribute of Titans. Yeah, I was wondering if I'd find these. If that's the case, I can totally run some Lair Boss words and get materials that way. That could work. Well, okay, fine. In that case, Mind's Awakening, that's like kind of a big part of my build, right? So I was already getting Barrier before, but now this guarantees I get plenty of mana. Because then I can get avoid health damage while fighting for 2 seconds, and then since I always have Barrier up, I'm not taking health, and then I get a resource for it. And actually, as a matter of fact, I still didn't get enough boss mats to summon Varshan. This is a little silly, but seems to be the case. Maybe I'll have to do the Varshan runs when I get back then, in that case. Yeah, I actually do have to go soon. What other things can I do while I wait? I have Juggernauts, Snow Guards, and I was actually supposed to put Lucky Hit while Barrier on this so that I have a better chance to proc Lucky Hit, but I don't even know what I'm procking Lucky Hit for. Because I don't have Blue Rose, so that's a bit of an issue. Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's any... Nice GG. Yeah, GG. Thanks, man. Trying to see if there's anything else I can do before I go into the next... Oh, this is my last stash tab that I haven't dirtied yet. I'm gonna have to take some time to salvage everything later. I think it would be safe for me to roll off damage over time for vulnerable and try to like get this one out. Yeah, like I'm gonna keep the other two for sure. So just a question of whether or not I get like, well, I don't even care about resource cost reduction anymore. Like with this rune combination, I'm basically nigh unhittable. At least my health, I mean, is nigh unhittable. Resource cost reduction, yeah, that's the second best available option. But yeah, vulnerable would be my preferred shtick here. And then I had cold damage previously, but I was trying to pump out vulnerable. Overpower damage. And then I think my other one was supposed to be chance for ice spikes to deal double damage. I gotta hold out on that. No, I can't afford to cheap out. I need ice spikes. And then this, well, where is it? I gotta add 2 sockets. Like, this is gonna be my endgame stick, probably. So I'm gonna throw that on, and then I'm gonna throw on the conceited aspect on it. I'm overriding shivering aspect on this, but again, I don't really... Well, I mean, this is like temporary anyway, so I don't think I care. More damage based on how much chill or stagger. Yeah, up to 102% more damage. So I go barrier. How many materials do I have? You mean like just regular materials? Quite a bit actually. I got like 4.4k Obdicite, 5.5k Veiled Crest. I know there's plenty of other people who probably have more, but this is far more than what I had from last season, that was for sure. Okay, so this is my old weapon. I'm never going to be switching back to it, so might as well just salvage it and then get my Neo Lum back. At least I can do. That's one less item I have to worry about later. And yeah, I can figure out what to temper in this at some point later. But yeah, this is good for now. This is... Oh, and I don't have a good temper for it just yet. Like, I want to masterwork it, but I need to put a weapon temper on it. Oh yeah, lucky hit, right? That was the other one. Fortune, was it? Aspect of fortune? Oh.
The wonders
of sanctuary at your
Okay, there.
fingertips.
Aspect of Fortune,
may
and then I would
help
put
you.
this on. Oh, I was also getting a barrier off this, but with Mind's Awakening, it shouldn't matter. So this is what my build is supposed to look like, some semblance of it. I'm going to sub out probably Snow Guards for Juggernauts at some point. And then here on this, I'd be replacing this with Raymond. So that's how it'll look. Anyway, I'm going to stop here for the time being. I'm actually super excited to continue playing. I actually genuinely cannot wait until I come back. But for now, I'm just going to relax for a bit. And yeah, later, there's like a number of things I need to do to buff up my build. I still need Glacial and Frozen Wake aspect. These are the two most important aspects for the build. I don't have either one. So that's a bit of a problem. Yeah. All right, folks. It's been fun, but I'm going to dip for now. So hope you've enjoyed the run until now. And I'll catch you all later. Thanks everyone for watching. Adventure out.